welcome to another episode of the Mad Lucrative Podcast. I am the host, the one, the only Magneto 7 in the building. That's me. I'm him. But welcome to another episode. I think we're on episode 69. Yeah, we getting it in. All right. So check it out. Hopefully your weekend was amazing. I know mine was. And I have a lot of questionable moments that's happened this weekend. For one, all right. So this is where I am. I posted a post on Facebook, right? Facebook of all places. I normally don't show no love on Facebook. I just post to keep it moving. But this particular time, I posted something that was intriguing to me. Kind of picking up from the end of last week's pod. So if y'all didn't realize, I did the disposable man. The week one, right? Do women treat men as disposable men? That was the first one. Then the second one, I did the parking lot woman. Are women the parking space for the man? Like, you get it? Like, do y'all really want to be with the woman, or y'all just using her for the moment? You parking there, pay the parking fee, and then the next time, I'm just get another parking space. It don't even matter because I'm the car, she's a parking space. That's where I was going with that. But while I was in that series, right, I posted a post of a guy, and I don't even know what his name is, but posted a post of a guy kicking out his girlfriend and kicking out her and her kids, right? So I thought it was intriguing because not the fact that he was kicking her out, but everything that he was saying in between. Like, while he was picking up, it ain't funny either. It's not. Y'all could go back and look at it. It's not funny, but it was intriguing to me because, yeah, they were together for longer than I would prefer before he actually asked her to marry her and any of that stuff. Because I do believe if you're going to be with a woman, go ahead and ask her to marry you after a certain point. So anyway, fast forward, he's taking her stuff out. He's throwing her stuff out on the curb. It's raining. He's like, man, all I did was try to be a good man to this woman, and she want to be out all times of night, and, I can't take this no more, Tasha. Now, it was funny you said Tasha, because every Tasha in every movie or every TV series has been trash. Like, Tasha, I'm sorry. If you Tasha on TikTok, I got TikTok right here. If your name Tasha in real life, I'm sorry. That's been one of those questionable thotty type names. I'm just saying. Tasha, I apologize. But we still respect you. But just in this context, Tasha wasn't the best name. So he's throwing the stuff out, pulling the stuff, putting it on the curb. And I thought it was intriguing because he was like, I tried to help you better yourself. I tried to do this for you. I try to provide. I'm paying all the bills. I want you to do this. I even tried to help you get a job with my homeboy's wife, and she could pay you $20 an hour. And I'm just like, yo, my man is just putting it all out there, literally and figuratively. So I posted the post because it was intriguing to me, because I was like, yo, it's clear that this is a good man and he cares about the woman that he's with, and he's fed up. He's reached the end of whatever he could get with this woman, and he don't see no hope, right? And the first thought that I had, this was the first thought before I made the post, I was like, okay, this proves my point. After a certain point with a relationship, I do think it's necessary that both parties sit down and say, okay, look, we've been together for 2 years, 3 years. It's time to go ahead and get married, whether that's at the courthouse, whether we plan a big wedding, whether we save and do a destination wedding, whatever it is, we need to figure out what we're doing because we've been together long enough. We've invested this much time with each other. And now it's time to go ahead and, solidify that thing. Because the way I look at it, all right, this is how a responsible man look at it. And fellas, you two, all of y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're a respectable, responsible man, you think, okay, I've been with this woman for 3 years. We've collected some things together. Even if you don't have no kids together, she had kids and he was taking care of her kids. But anyway, we're going to get together and it's time to solidify this thing. Let's do this. Let's go get married at the courthouse, do whatever we need to do, have a reception, do this. Because in the event that I pass or anything happens to me, then you should be entitled to some type of something financially, anything that you could be taken care of to help you sustain your life until you can figure out another source of income, another way of living, transportation, whatever the man is taking care of. Solidify that thing so she don't have to have a drop off in quality of life. That's how every responsible man would look at it, right? So I made the post, and I was curious to see what the fellas would think about it, because the majority of y'all on YouTube are fellas, and the absolute opposite happened. Hold on, I got a boo sound, but the absolute opposite happened. That video went viral, at least viral for me, because my content normally does between 1,000, maybe 10,000 people, right? And it kind of caps out right there. This video had 100,000 views the first day. So I was like, okay, what is this? What is this and why? And how do I do it again? But I posted it, and the first lady responded and said, yeah, you know what, he's reached the end of this. Like he's reached his limit with this woman, and it's clear she's not trying to better herself. He said that in the video. And then another woman commented. Then a dude commented and was like, yeah, kick her out, bro. And I was like, wow, y'all miss my point. That wasn't my reason for posting the post. I wanted to see what the fellas thought about it. And even the question I posted, you know how y'all could post the question in the caption? I said, was he her disposable man? Because I was in a disposable man series. I said, was he her disposable man? Because when I heard him talk, I was thinking like, okay, it sounded like a man that was being taken advantage of. And I know a lot of women say they're being taken advantage of. Fellas, I'm with y'all. Like we get it too. So it kept going. And I tried to keep responding to people, but after, I think I stopped at like 85 or 100 comments. And I was just like, this is beyond me now. This is way beyond me. So, nevertheless, if y'all listen to this, y'all new followers, I think I gained like 1,000 followers too, so that was pretty cool. But if y'all are y'all follow my content, thank you for being a new follower. I applaud you. Thank you. All right, so I got that out the way. I had to do a recap because I was just puzzled. And another thing, last thing, and we're gonna talk about this money. Cause tonight we talking about let's get this money. I played the song in my story. Let's get to this money. I like that record. But I'm still a little bit confused by why. I got to choose my words wisely because I got some different followers now, new followers. I'll say black women. All right, I'll say we're going to go there. Because I haven't seen that happen with too many white women. I know a few white women, but I haven't seen it with a lot of white women. It's a lot of black women. Why do we feel like you have to be combative? Why do you feel like you have to be combative? Because I'm trying to understand what's the point? I'm trying to get it, because I think what happens is from a man's perspective, when we voice a grievance or whatever, I'm back. But when we voice a grievance or something with the woman, and we expect after we voice this grievance that it's going to be met with a peaceful response. A response, not even a loving response, but just a responsible adult-like response, right? Because what happens with us men, if we tell our women about a grievance, and she meets us with I ain't mean to talk like that. For a man, that's what makes a man stop talking. If a man voices his grievance with his female counterpart, and he's met with some type of pushback that's like, I'm not trying to hear nothing you got to say right now, that makes us men stop talking. Just let y'all know. But again, I'm asking our women of color. Thank you. I'm back on TikTok. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. But I want to ask all my black ladies, specific. I can't even say all black. Some Hispanic women be going in too, and the Puerto Rican be going in. But anyway, why do you have to meet us with some type of pushback if a simple grievance is voiced? because I think a lot of men are not trying to be combative. We just want to know. Like, men are very simple and complex at the same time. Let me give you an example. So the man works all day. He comes home, and most men, if it's a good relationship, most men want to come home, hug their woman, tap them on the butt a little bit, whatever, and then go take a shower and chill. And then we're gonna talk. It ain't nothing, it ain't gotta be nothing frustrating because we just finished the whole day. Now I get the women just finished y'all day too. We get it. But if we say something simple like, so what you think about eating tonight? What you mean what I'm thinking about eating? Am I your maid? That's not the I got a lot of fellas that I'm friends with. Please share this live too. But I got a lot of fellas that I'm friends with that's just like, yo, all I did, I came in the house and I said, yo, we eating chicken tonight. And she's like, yeah, what you mean? You don't want no chicken like this? It's not necessary. And that's what makes us men do what? Is it here? Let me see. Us men do this. We get the remote, turn it on, and get in our own world. That makes us shut down. Ladies, please hear your man out. Hear your man out. He's not trying to meet you. He's not trying to voice a grievance with frustration. He don't want to be met with frustration. Just talk. Just talk. Yeah, we're going to eat chicken again. Yeah, we're going to eat chicken again. All right, cool. Done. See how simple that was? All right, but again, we're going to talk about this money tonight. We talk about money. There we go. I'm back on track. I just had to voice everything that I saw over the past weekend because it was just weird. It's a lot of weird stuff going on. Also, R.I.P. A friend of mine, R.I.P. Go listen. Men, this is why I keep talking to y'all every week. Every week I talk to y'all on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everything that I got going on in here. I talk to y'all every week. We got to take care of ourselves, yo. I got a friend of mine that I used to play keys for probably in the last 3 years or so, do gigs and all that stuff, play keys. My homeboy Dimitri texted me yesterday. He was like, yo, yeah, pass. So I was like, pass? Like, what you mean? He was like, congestive heart failure. I don't know if I even need to be putting this out there, but I'll tell y'all. So yeah, he's like congestive heart failure. I'm like, yo, he about our age and younger. One thing I will say, men, if you got an issue that's going on, get it addressed. I know if you're older and you're in the 50s, you don't want the finger in your booty hole. I get it. You don't want to. It's a very uncomfortable situation. Thank God I don't have to have that test yet. But anyway, whatever the test is, get it done, yo. Like it makes more sense to be uncomfortable for a short time than be dead for the rest of everybody's life that's around you. It goes back to what I just said. If we marry the woman, and she's entitled to whatever and all that good stuff, cool, she's taken care of. All right, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. He said what I just joined. So we talking about money tonight. All right, we talking about money. So tonight's class or session, I'm taking some excerpts from my book, Playbook to Production. When I wrote this book, I had a lot of questions about how can my son be a music producer? Because I am a music producer. Got a Grammy, a few plaques, a few Billboard awards. Not toot my own horn, just letting y'all know. Everything that I say is weighted. Just let you know, it is weighted. But I got a lot of questions about how could my son, how could my daughter be a singer? How could my son be a producer? How can my cousin do this? And I got tired of answering questions in my inbox. I got tired of responding on the wall. So I wrote a book about it. And it's Playbook to Production. So tonight's class or talk, I'm pulling some parts from chapter 12, right? Chapter 12 is the 12 rules to be successful and broke. It sounds backwards, right? I'm about to tell you. 12 rules to be successful and broke. All right. So Everybody knows that we're in a recession. If you did not know, then yes, we are in a recession. What lets us know is this: interest rates are up. If you check the price of eggs, I just told them I bought eggs. I bought chickens. I bought some real live chickens. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all too on TikTok. But I bought some real live chickens because I'm like, I'm not paying this for eggs. I just buy the bird. Give me the bird. I'll just get the bird. So anyway, yes. But I just bought the bird and we're gonna have our own eggs. Let the chickens give us the eggs every week. All right. So what I've noticed is people are not paying attention to the signs of the market crashing. And when I say the market, I'm not talking about like the stock market. I'm talking about the market of life. If let's forecast something for a minute. All right, come with me for a second. Let's say that gas shoots up to $10 a gallon. Right? Gas shoots up to $10 a gallon. The average rental property or the average rent when I think rental property, I think about me making the money on the property. But anyway, the average rent might be $3,000, right? And let's say you still got to do regular stuff like some type of entertainment. Netflix goes up to $30. Let's forecast it. Netflix goes to $30. HBO Max goes to $30. Hulu goes to $30. And you got all of this cost, right? You still got to live. That's a whole nother conversation. But you still got to live and you still got to thrive in life. So the easiest thing that I could think of was, let's create some type of secondary income to keep up with the inflation. So, again, 12 rules to be successful and broke. What the title comes from this. So it was a point in my life where I had got my M&M placements. I got the 50 Cent placement. I did a record for Jay-Z and the Teriyaki Boys. I did something for Young Buck. I don't think I did anything for T.I. yet. But I was in the middle of moving to Atlanta. I stay in Atlanta. So I was in the middle of moving down here, and in between that transition came the first recession, which was when the market crashed in '08. Let me tell you where I was, right? When the market crashed in '08, I had just bought my first property. It was a condo, fresh condo. You know what I mean? Baby grand, top floor, baby grand's in the middle. And everything just started to go crashing. I could not keep up with nothing because I didn't have any type of infrastructure set up to hedge between me and the recession. So I foreclosed on the condo. All of my cars got repoed. It left me living at my grandmother's house in the back of the house. You can imagine the feeling that you feel when you lose all of that. And it happened quick too. I'm talking about like a year and a half roughly, right? And at that time, again, I'm fresh out of college. I hadn't really experienced any kind of recession-like thing. And the only thing I could think of at that moment was I can't do this again. When this happens, like if anything similar ever happens, I got to change. I got to do something different. So now, fast forward, we're in 2023. I felt it in 2022, but we're in 2023. And I'm like, okay, I see a lot of the influencers that we all follow that we like, and oh, you don't got to work. You ain't got to work hard. All you got to do is start this internet company or start this streaming business or start whatever. Like, I'm just like, okay. Let me be the first to tell y'all, it is hard. Don't think that none of this is easy. Making a bag is difficult when you don't know your niche. When you don't know what you want to do, when you don't know what you're willing to do. That's a strong word. But when you don't know what you're willing to do, it's kind of hard to get a gauge on what you should do. Yes. So I did the book, wrote the book, and rules to be successful and broke. Successful and broke looks like this. I have a lease on every car that I own. The house that I stay in, I'm not talking about me. I'm just giving you the scenario. I own my car. My car is paid for. My house is almost paid for. But anyway, but I lease my cars. I pay $4,000 a month in rent. I lease my phones. I lease everything. I don't own anything. It's a possibility of everything that I have be taken. It's a possibility. That's successful and broke. Because I guarantee you, online, when you see these people that's leasing the Lambo, that's leasing this, and that, like, if let the recession last long enough and they don't have a strong infrastructure, it's going to crash. And I'm not saying I'm looking forward to it. I'm not saying that. But I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like. When I was just doing music, and I'm going to give y'all an example. When I was just doing music and I didn't have any kind of investments going on, I didn't have any businesses going on, I was like, I think at some point the price of beats went down so low. I was just like, man, I was online. I wish people would respect me for my value. Respect me for my value and offer me some real money when it comes to these beats. Because, what's the saying? It happens a lot. I see a lot of music producers do it, and I know exactly where they are when they do this. But, make sure you get the right people around you, because if the right people around you, they're going to respect your value, which I agree. But, bro, you have to understand where we are in the market. If we're in a market where people are getting stuff for free, for one, right? And this is Jewel. This is free game right here. If you're in the market where people are giving away beats, giving away songs for free, that would tell me, okay, it's not just me. I got to figure out what I'm doing within this market so I can thrive. Free nugget. What you could do as music, that tells my North Carolina, right? I sound like North Carolina. But as a music producer, all right, people giving stuff away for free. Who can I team up with that's going to get the eyes on the music, that's going to get the streams? And we split the publishing, we split the streams 50-50 from all the views that they get, because there is a dollar amount attached to what's posted on Instagram. There is a dollar amount what's posted on YouTube. There's a dollar amount to what's posted on Facebook. So that would tell me, let me find somebody dope that I can give the beat away for free, and we have some type of agreement, and I eat off of the views. I eat off of the streams. That's one right there, right? That'll keep you from feeling like you got to get online and voice your grievance to the world about how people are not respecting you and your art. I'm not laughing. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm only laughing because I've been there, right? So if y'all just joining on TikTok, Facebook, IG, if y'all just joining, I'm only laughing because I've been there, right? So another thing, all right, this is my first rule. Rule number 1, always know what price point you need to set to make a living. Lord Jesus. Lord, can you know what price point you need to set to make a living? Because look, if you, let's forecast this beyond now. Let's say you produce a track for somebody. That person goes viral 1,000 times off the beat that you produce. You collected a few $1,000s, and now you are hot. You think about like a Mike Will made it. You think about like we're going to go to the pinnacle, Timbaland, Dr. Dre, right? This person has made you a mini Timbaland from the views that they just got from your stuff. Their stuff went viral. Every label is coming to look at them to do whatever they want to do, right? Now you have the ability to set a price for the beat that you sold to that person for free. You got a price that you can set now. Now you have a market. So what I would do if I were you as a new producer, I would say, okay, let me see. What should music producers make in 2023? I don't know when you're looking at this video, but right now it's 2023. So what should music producers make. All right. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is the price point. All right. So if we know that music producers can make 20% of a record, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. What? I had to rephrase my question. So, all right. So I just put it in there. How much can a music producer make per year, right? Oh, that's low. How about say, y'all need to start selling drugs. Don't sell drugs. I'm playing. It's a joke. But so it says the average music producer in the United States makes $60,000 to $70,000, right? Which is good money. That's good money. You can live off of that as a single person and thrive. You know, get a few nice pieces. But we're gonna go with the high end, right? So 70,000 is $5,833 a month. And let's just say you sell 10 beats, right? Sell 10 beats to come up with that money. You need to sell each beat for $583. To make $70,000 a year, you need to sell 10 beats at $583. Every time you sell a beat, sell it for that much. But you didn't know that you could sell a beat for that much until the person that you gave the beat to put value on it. And of course, like the higher up you go, you can sell a beat for $10,000, $20,000. It is like I've seen $25,000 for a beat. That's what I've personally seen for a beat, right? So know what price point you need to set to make a living. The way to not do it, I'm going to just sell this beat for $10. Yo, what are y'all doing? Listen, I'm going to put a knocking sound right there. New music producers, what are y'all doing? Don't sell the beat for $10. $10 free is better than $10. If you ask me, free is better than $10. The reason I say that is this. If you sell a beat for $10 and the person goes out and makes a hit, they're going to say, oh yeah, I just downloaded this beat for $10 offline and Buddy just gave me the beat for $10. It was good. Man, go over there and get you some beats over there from $10. You're going to be the $10 music producer every time. You sold a beat for $10 versus I'm gonna get this beat to you for free and make some heat out of it. Once you do, let's figure out some type of arrangement or some type of agreement where I can get some cut. We can split it 50-50, split it 25-75, how you want to do it. But doing it that way creates percentages, creates more narrative where they can't just go out and say, oh yeah, he gave me the beat for $10. This music producer over there gave me $10. Well, shoot, I know a producer that'll give you for $5. You see what I'm saying? Like you're taking a nosedive to the ground with your price of production. That's part of what's going on right now. All right, rule number two. Always make yourself top priority. Now that sounds arrogant, that sounds conceited, I know, but it's not. I'm going to tell you why. If you are a producer, a counselor, a singer, songwriter, whatever you are, and you need something simple, gas. You need gas in your car, and you're a music producer, and you ain't got no money. Do you think the person that you got the studio session with cares if you got gas in your car or not? Nope. You're the last person for everybody to think about. Now, you're the first person they think about when they need the beat. They need the beat, right? But you're the last person when it comes to your livelihood. It's one of the rules of business. One of the rules of business that I've learned over the years is don't bring your problems to the table. Nobody cares about it. Commit that to memory, please. Don't bring your problems to the table. Nobody cares. I got a guy. I'm not going to put his name out there because he might be watching this podcast. I'm not a punk, but I want to be respectful. Uh, but I got a guy that I know a few years ago. We did a record together, and one of my connects over at XYZ label. I'm not gonna say the label either because they'll know who I'm talking about. But one of my yeah, I'm smart. One of my friends at a label was really interested in giving this person a deal, and the dude's I said dude, but anyway, the dude was like, "Yo, what's happening with the deal, bruh?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's not the way this works." In music industry world, it don't work like contracting world. In the contracting world, somebody say, "I want you to come remodel my kitchen. Come give me a quote." You do the quote, they send you a deposit. It's a given. It's already, they know they're gonna pay for the kitchen because they want the kitchen done. When it comes to labels signing artists, it might be a lapse of time before they make their mind up because they might have 1,000 artists to pick from. You're only one. You're only one of one. You're one of 1,000. We'll say that, right? So what happens in this story is the guy goes and, he starts to make certain calls and it's like, "Yo, what happened with the deal, yo?" And I'm like, there is no deal yet. They're just interested. This is like a dude courting a girl. Like, "Yo, I'm interested in you. You dope, but I don't know if I want to spend like $500 on a marriage just yet." Like, let's try IHOP right quick first. Let's try IHOP and then go to Ruth Chris. Well, not Ruth Chris. That's a big jump. Let's try IHOP and then go to like Moe's. Let's go to Moe's. But anyway, he starts making certain phone calls. And it's like, "Yo, I wish that person never got the contact information because what happened was this. Yeah, I thought we were trying to do this deal, and I'm broke out here in these streets. I'm looking crazy. I'm effed up out here in these streets." What does the person from the label say? "I don't care what you got going on." Now they're not gonna say that to them. They're gonna sound like they're interested in their issues, but they're not. So I get a call, get a text message. "Yo, Nito, you need to control your folk, man. Them mothers calling me, telling me that they broke, and So what happens with the deal? Do y'all know the end of this story? Do you know the end of the story? What happens to the deal? There is no deal. Done. No deal. I was interested, but the way you called me, you sound like a, what? No deal. And that's how a lot of business people operate. It's not just music business. Don't bring your issues to the table. When you come to the table and talk business with somebody, all they need to hear is, "I can do this with you. I bring this type of value. If we do business together, our relationship will build to be like Steve Jobs and Apple." They want to hear that. They don't want to hear, as soon as you come to the table and you feel the energy, you feel like they like you. "Yeah, let's do some business. Yeah, you know what, man? I need some gas. I came here. My car was on empty when I came here to this meeting." They're gonna be like, "Oh, dang, that's bad. Yeah, man. And my baby moms is doing so and so. Oh, dang." They're gonna call. Hey, no, you know what? Nowadays, because we got the internet, they're not even gonna call. They're just not gonna do the deal, and they're gonna talk about you on Twitter. I don't like what y'all be doing nowadays. But anyway, that's enough for rule number 2. But making yourself top priority is this. I know that I want to do some business with this person. I know that I want to deal with so-and-so, but that might not serve me right now. So let me just put this music out. Let me put this content out. And meanwhile, let me go try to find a good job that can pay me what I need to get to survive. So I'm not out here in the streets looking crazy, busted and disgusted. That's how you make yourself top priority. You don't make yourself top priority by releasing all of your issues at the business table. All right. Rule number 3, expect the best at a high level. Yo, if you don't got my book is fire. I'm telling you. This is Playbook to Production. If you're late joining, this Playbook to Production. This is my first book that I wrote. But expect the best at a high level. All right, and this rule is really pertaining to your expectation for you and everybody else around you, right? One of the issues, or one of the things I've noticed in the past was when it comes to certain people. Of course, everybody goes to the leader for the guidance. They go to the leader for the vision. They go to the leader for understanding what's about to go down or what should be going down, right? But then I think a lot of leaders, they do expect for their people to do certain things the right way. But what happens is they start dropping expectation levels based on people. And that's the worst way to do it. That's the worst way to do it. I think what you should do is expect a high level out of everybody. I'll use me for an example. All right, so in our family patriarch, is it patriarch or matriarch? Which one is it? I'm always saying the wrong words, but anyway, in our family, we have a certain child that does different things. We'll say different things. She does different things, and we'd be like, "Why are you doing it?" Like, okay, whatever. Like, you gonna do that? You gonna do that again? All right, cool, whatever. And after a certain amount of time, and after a certain amount of letdowns, we just start to say, well, you know what? That's just what they are. They do. She gonna do that, and we try to work our expectation levels around their shortcomings. Versus, let me try to build up this person. I know you got an issue with this. You might have an issue with timeliness. Let's have some fun and make a time competition. You show up on time for 30 days. I'm gonna give you I love like gifts. So you show up on time 30 days back to back. We're gonna give you a gift card to Outback. That person's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna come on time. We get this gift card, and it's for two. You talking about $80. Well, I don't know how much. It's been so long since I've been to Outback, but make it fun. Create some type of element where the person is looking forward to showing up on time versus saying, well, they're going to show up late. So let me just push back everything that we do by an hour so they be on time by the time they show up. Not necessary. Or push everything up by hours so they're on time when they show up. That's not necessary. Like, create some things to make people accountable for what they're doing. Right? Another option. If you know it's a person that's a terrible singer, this is from music producers. If you know it's a person that's a terrible singer, don't automatically turn the auto-tune on as soon as they step in the booth. Maybe start saying, well, you know what? It'll be dope if you start focusing on your high notes, because every time you hit this pitch, you kind of fall short and you be a little bit flat. So on your downtime, maybe start thinking about how you can stay on pitch. And then when you come in the studio, we'll test it out without the tune. Because I think your voice might sound a lot better without the auto-tune. You see how that works? And then they're going to be like, well, shoot. After they leave the studio, they did say they love my voice. Let me practice some more so I ain't going flat, so I ain't looking crazy. This is another one. Last one for this one. If you are severely out of shape, as I've experienced a lot of life. But if you're severely out of shape, and you know that you got some issues with maintaining your weight and eating right, don't put yourself in the environment of all skinny people that love to eat all day and binge watch Netflix. That ain't the group that you need to be with. You need to be with the group of people that's wanting to go work out all the time, that's wanting to eat tight, that's gonna look at you. If you come up with the big plate, what's the the leisure plate? I can't remember what the low vibration plate. If you want to be the person with the low vibration plate, and you come around all these fit people, they're gonna look at your plate like, oh, you about to eat that? You need to be around those people to hold you accountable. That's the way that works. That's the only way we get better. That's the only way we get better. So rule number 3, that was rule number 3. Expect the best at a high level. And I'm probably not going to be able to get through all 12 rules, but we're going to keep it going. Rule number 4. And I learned this rule from my cousin. Keep your phone on no matter what happens. Keep your phone on no matter what happens. Don't let that phone get turned off. You bet not you let that phone get turned off, you're going to get the ass whooping. I ain't cussed off, Caesar. I just felt right. Don't let your phone get turned off. right? And that applies especially for the people that's in the creative space. I came up with this rule because why? My phone got turned off. Phone got turned off at one point during the broke season, and I was trying to figure out, okay, should I pay to get some gas, or should I pay for this, pay for food, whatever? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go get some. I think it might be on Wendy's or something at the time. I was broke, like hella broke. I said, let me get this, and my phone get turned off. It's cool. It'll be turned off for a few days. It ain't no big deal. I pay it when I get it. And I don't know if it was that particular situation at that time, but an opportunity called. Was I able to answer? No, of course not. Was I able to see the DM on Instagram? No, of course not. Did they try to hit me on the email and my internet was on? What you think? Nope. So what happened to the opportunity? Bye. Bye, opportunity. Hopefully we come again. We'll pray for the opportunity to call again. And guess what? They just go to the next person. They got their phone on. They make the call, make the connection, do the deal. That's the way that works. So keep your phone on no matter what. Even if you got to scrape to get that phone on. This is another reason. Especially with as much stuff as happened, as much stuff as you can do on your phone nowadays, it makes sense. Like, y'all all know, y'all can DM people. You can DM the right person and say, I got a t-shirt line. And say you took $300 and printed some t-shirts. And these are dope t-shirts, right? Everybody likes the graphics. You went on IG. People voted for it. They say, oh, this is fire. I love this. And 6 months later, the shirts are still sitting in your garage, still sitting in your basement. You're trying to figure out, like, I need to move these shirts. Then you're broke. And the right person that you sent the DM to 3 months ago, they're in your city now. And they say, yo, you know what? I want to try to get about 10 shirts from you, and I would love for you to come to my event and just talk about your shirts because I think it's dope. I think the initiative is dope. Guess what? Your phone wasn't on. You couldn't have that conversation. Good job. Congratulations. You lose. They get a shirt from Amiri. Yo, somebody gonna give me an Amiri shirt like for a gift. Well, anyway, they went and got a polo shirt instead of your shirt. And that could have been the perfect opportunity for you to go move 300 shirts, and then you sell out, and now your business is booming because you kept your phone on. Keep your phone on no matter what. Rule number 4, that's a very important one. Don't miss the opportunity. Rule number 5. And I think I might stop on rule number 6. But rule number 5, relationships. So in music business especially, I think that's one of the only businesses where you can be talented and not have relationships and fail tremendously. Music business is one of those businesses where you get a talented person. Let's say a producer. Say it's a dope music producer, a dope songwriter, and they write hit after hit after hit. And them joints just sit in the computer. And people are looking like, yo, why you ain't made it? I'm talking about people around them, like in their local surrounding areas. Yo, why you ain't made it yet? I don't know. Man, this song better than the joint Beyonce just released. Yeah, I feel like it is too, but I don't. It just ain't working. No, what's not working is you don't have the relationship with the right people to push your stuff forward. So, my best advice to anybody that's especially in the creative space, spend more time trying to build relationships with people than you do on your craft. Especially if you're at the mastery level. If you're at the point where you've been doing this thing for 10 years, 20 years, and you've mastered the process, you've mastered the product, you got a few sales here and there, a few people bought your beats, a few people bought your songs, now is the time for you to master relationship building. Because without those relationships, them joints is going to stay in your computer. It's going to stay in your phone. You're going to be like, I ain't going to say that. ain't gonna say it. But it's gonna stay where it is. Master building relationships instead of the craft. Now, if you ain't at that point and you got good relationships, but your joints is trash, master the craft. Cause everybody that's cool with you gonna be like, yo, yeah, come through. You can sell it. Don't give nobody no trash. That's part of the issue now. All right, rule number 6. Rule number 6. This is especially for my business people. I might get past 6. Rule number 6 is expand or die. Expand or die is rule number 6. And I actually like where I came from on this one, so I'm gonna read some of it. I said, like any other business, it's important to understand what expansion looks like in the music business. If you're not growing, you're dying. For many, growth as a music producer means building a production team and landing placements forever. I will say that's a part of it, but the next step is building the business with the production. And I'll stop reading there. When it comes to anybody in the creative space, we all get sensitive about our stuff. Shouts out to Erykah Badu. We get sensitive about our art. We get sensitive about how people receive what we do. But that causes us to draw in. And we don't accept outside criticism. We don't accept outside people coming in to make what we do better. It's time for us to look at everything like, I'd say a business, just a business in general, right? We're gonna parallel music business to just regular LLC in contracting world, because I work on houses. So music business right here, and you got housing business right here, real estate. Everybody knows when you're building, well, all the contractors know when you're building a house, you got to have people around you that's very efficient in what they do. You got to have the right tile person. You got to have the right flooring person. You got to have the right roofing person, drywall person, electrician, plumbers. You got to have the right people to do their job so it don't slow down process to getting this product done at the end called a house. So what happens is, the contractor presents a scope of work. Scope of work says, all right, this house can be finished in the next month and a half. This scope of work consists of drywall, 1,200 square feet, 2 bathrooms remodel. You got to gut it. You got to finish the floors. You got to put new tub. Got to put new shower. Got to put new towel. Got to put new toilet, new vanity. And at the end of this month and a half, 2 months, this property will be finished, and then you, the investor or the seller, can go out and say, all right, this is the market value for this house. I want to take $400,000 for this house. But you've already paid your contractor. You paid this, and that. And guess what? At the end of, if you're lucky, at the end of 2 weeks, that house is sold. Everybody's happy. Everybody played their part. It's a successful product at the end. That's the exact opposite of what we do in the music business, or what's been done in the music business. Y'all young and doing good. Y'all doing good about that. But the product is the song, right? The song and the artist is the product at the end. What a lot of producers have done is, you know what? I don't want to get no engineer. I am the engineer. I don't want to get no songwriter. I'm the songwriter. I'm not going to get a video person. I am the video person. I'm not going to get no agent. I am the agent. I'm the marketing person. I'm the manager. I'm the tour manager. I'm the stylist. I'm the location scout. You see how this happens? So then, let's say you planned on doing this song and releasing it in 3 months. We'll say 3 months. And I say releasing it like a real release, like you put money behind it, $10,000, right? It's a good start. Put $10,000 behind this song, and 2 months come. Because you're trying to play all these roles, the song gets recorded, yes. Gets mixed, gets mastered. But you don't have no album cover. Okay. You ain't got no cover. Okay, well, we can't do that yet. So another 2 weeks go by because you want to do the cover too. You want to do the cover too. So you take another couple weeks, do the cover. Oh, this cover is fire. I love it. You put it on your social media. Everybody voted. That's the perfect cover for you to do. Yeah, I love it. All right. 2 more weeks pass. How am I promote this song? Well, shoot. I'm the agent too, so I'm going to just Google it. I'm going to Google it and I'm going to find out how people promote their songs, and then I'm going to promote mine like they promote theirs. You just spent 2 more weeks on trying to learn how to promote your song when you could have just hired the right person and gave them a piece of the pie. But guess what? You figured it out. Now you're promoting it. Song starts to do well, but you don't have a good marketing plan behind it. Well, I'm the marketing person too. I'm going to be the marketing person, so I'm going to Google how to market music properly and keep the momentum. So you figure it out. Let's say you figure it out. Another 2 months pass. The song is doing good, but you got people interested in you. You want to come do shows. They want you to come out to their city. You don't know nothing about travel. You don't know nothing about hotels. You don't know nothing about a rider. You don't know nothing. You see how this goes? You don't know nothing about getting no dancers, no band. Are you going to perform with a DJ? You going to perform with a band? How much is that going to cost? All of this is slowing down the process when you could have got the right people on your team to help the process go smoother and faster. Expand or die. Ta-da. Rule number 7. This is my last rule I'm going to go over. Y'all got to come back next week. Y'all got to come back next week for the other rules. And reinvest before the reward. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Reinvest before the reward. How many people have seen the athlete, they've seen the musician get their advance check, and they say, oh, we up. I'm about to go get the Rolex. I'm going to get the presidential joint. I'm going to get no, you know what? I ain't even going to get the presidential. I'm going to get the Richie Millie. I'm going to get a used Richie Millie and spend about $150 on I'm spending $150 on a Richie Millie, and I'm gonna try to go get that down. Ooh, that Bentley. I'm gonna go lease the Bentley. That Bentley truck is fire. And then I'm gonna go get a joint in Midtown Atlanta, cause Midtown is fire. I need to be right at Atlantic Station with this advance money, cause they gotta see how I do it on the gram. They gotta see it. If they don't see it, they ain't gonna believe me, bro. So I gotta do it. That's one of the dumbest things I ever heard in my life, yo. Yo, as creators, as now influencers, it ain't necessary for people to see that you winning with the little bit of money that you made so far. Reinvest that money into your brand. Now ain't the time to. Now if you got it. Now if what you made, let's use a percentage system. I think that's a better way to say it, because I know sometimes people have struggled for so long and they want to show people that they're successful, and I get it. So let's use the point system and percentages. If you made 100,000, you automatically know about 60 of that is only what you're gonna take home. All right, so let's break that down. So 60,000. Let's say you only spend 10%. Let's say you spend 10% frivolously. I never say that word right. Let's say you spend 10% of your money frivolously, and you buy a chain, few pieces of clothing. It's pieces when it's expensive. You buy a few pieces of clothing, and you capped out at $6,000. All right. From that $6,000, well, 60 from the $6,000 leaves you with how much? Do anybody know? Does anybody know? Huh? Do you know? Let me help you. $54,000. So now you got $54,000 in the bank. $54,000 in the bank, and you say, all right, I want to go do something else. I want to do something else fly. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now is the time to use another 10% to invest in your brand. That investment might look like a master class. And I know some people might hear influencers talk about master classes and joining all of the workshops and stuff. I'm going to tell you why it's important. It is important. I am an advocate. This is why. How else will you get in the room of people that's like you? I actually prefer to be in rooms of people that's way past me, so it gives me something to aim towards, right? So why would I want to be in a room of 100,000aires if I've already done that before? Now is the time to try to get in the room of billionaires and millionaires and understand, well, not even understand because you're not going to get it, but to get in the space of starting to think the way they think so you can grow that 54,000. So let's say from 54,000 you invest in master classes and still percentages though. We're using percentages. You're not taking another 10% from the 60. You're taking 10% from the 54. You see how this goes? So you take $5,400 away. That leaves you with $48,000. So now you got $48,600 in your bank, and you still feel like doing something fly, but you just started building a network with this person that you met at the masterclass that's worth millions. And say this person invites you to a party and say, well, I know you're a musician. Can you come perform for our party? And while you're there, just make sure you bring some products and, just tell people about yourself. Guess what? All of that came from that $5,400 that you invested in the masterclass. Now you meet somebody at this dinner party, and they say, "Oh, you dope. I want you to come to Dubai. Come do a show for me in Dubai for my friends, and let them hear you because this is a really dope record. I like what you're doing." It's still, all of this is still off of the $5,400 that you invested from a masterclass. So let's say you go to Dubai, you come up with an agreement, and they say, well, we'll pay you $10,000 to come over here to Dubai and perform, and you do your thing and enjoy the sights while you're there. You just made $10,000. Put that back in the bank. You see what I'm saying? So now instead of $48,600, you got $58,600 because you re-upped. So the $5,400 that you invested in masterclasses is washed. And you still ain't. Only thing you blew was that initial $6,000. Everything from then on is growth money. This is how I want musicians to think. Reinvest before reward. Don't reward yourself with all this frivolous stuff. The Bentley truck. No, the Bentley truck is fire. I think I want the Bentley truck. Now I'm gonna keep driving my pickup truck. I got a Dodge Ram. It's not an old one. It's a nice one. But I got a Dodge Ram, and that joint drinks, and I love that joint. Well, I love no material thing, but I like my truck a lot. But I got my eyes on that dang on Tesla. That Tesla is sweet. But that's how I look at a lot of things, y'all. I've already approached about an hour. Shouts out to everybody that's rocked with me on TikTok. We stopped at rule number 7 tonight. I think I'm gonna start with rule number 8, and we got 8 through 12 to go next week. And again, if y'all haven't already, listen. This is everything I'm covering right now is from my Playbook to Production handbook, volume 1. I got volume 2 coming, but volume 1, Playbook to Production. It is in the link below. If you're on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, it is on my link tree right now as I speak. So, yeah, it's been real. Does anybody have any questions on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? I'm gonna wait for a little bit. I'm gonna try to figure out next week if I can bring somebody onto the live, so y'all on camera and we can talk back and forth. I love when YouTubers do that. I think it's pretty fire. All right. Okay, that's a good question. The question from Instagram was, how do I view producers and songwriters? Are they the same? In the old context, I would say yes. New context, I would say no. Only reason is I believe that there are a lot of good music producers that just need to produce. Because if they try to write the song, then it'll crowd the space of the record. And I'm only using that as I'm an example. Again, I use me for a lot. It's been plenty of times where I've been in studio sessions. And of course, yeah, as a producer, it's cool to come up with the melody. It's cool if you want to come up with the melody, help the songwriter start building the record. But at a certain point, stop trying to write the record. Let the songwriter write the record. Because songwriters might go into uh certain streams that you don't hear for the melody. So let the songwriter be the songwriter, and then as a songwriter, let the producer produce. Don't try to give him the beat after the song is already produced. Like, let him do his part. That answer your question? That answer your question? All right, cool. Ain't nobody said nothing on TikTok, so I might be good over there. That's a good question. What's the industry standard? Now, are you talking about financially, musically? What are you talking about? Financially. Okay. Now, are you talking about as a music producer or a songwriter? Because I'm trying to make sure I phrase everything properly and I'm in the right context. As a music producer, okay, I talked about that a little bit earlier. As a music producer, right now, as of 2023, it says the range is between 61,000 to 70,000 per year. Now, let me add context to that. That's for the music producer that's actually out here getting it. Like, if you're a producer by hobby, you're not gonna make no $70,000 right now. That's just not realistic, because you have so many other variables. You got people giving away beats on certain sites. You got people downloading beats off of YouTube. You got some people that's making like full records off of a downloaded beat and they get signed off of it. So you can't say that you're gonna make $70,000 off your first year out as a music producer. I say a realistic, if you hustle, I think a realistic point is maybe 15,000. And you can't live off of that. That's why I teach, like, getting to other spaces. Getting, like, me personally, I'm a contractor, so I work on properties. I do investment properties, everything. I subcontract stuff to other contractors. I like to keep people busy and keep money flowing. So, that's a good question. So the question on Facebook was, how much difference is the salary between a music producer and a building contractor? Let me show you. Okay, so we got music producer, and I'm not going to say my number, because I've been working in this space since 2018, 2017. So let's just say, right? So music producer, you already know it's 70,000, right? That's on the high end. How much? I already know it's going to be in the six figures. You know what? I ain't even going to say a building contractor. Lower level, when you're first starting trying to do properties, is handyman. Handyman is like the start of it all. So I'll use that, handyman. How much can a handyman make per year? All right. So for starters, right now it says about 60,000. Start. That means your first year out, you could be making about 60,000, right? But then let's put something on top of that, right? Something on top of that is this. You build a clientele, you build a rapport, people like what you do, you got good flooring, you got good painting. Every time people come see your properties, they're like, yo, you fire with it. Guess how much you'll probably make? Just a good guess. Easy. 100,000. 100,000 easy. And the reason I say that is this. I've seen what I've made as a music producer. And I ain't saying I capped out. I'm just saying, like, what I know, how people spend money, right? Now, I will say the difference is this. When you're a music producer and you produce for the right person, there is a possibility of residual income. That's a thing. I'll still see a universal check till this day for a record I produced 10 years ago. So that's still a thing. You got to think about it like that. When I die, that royalty is still going to exist. I could pass that on to my wife and my kids. Like, that's one of those things. As a handyman, as a builder, not so much. Unless you're the investor and you buy the property and you keep that land and you keep that property forever, and you can pass that from year to year, to your family. But you can't pass a job. Like you go out and do a job and you make 20,000 for the house. You just made 20,000 for that house. That's it. Like there's no residual income. So that's one of the differences. Okay, that's a good one. So I might put it on this episode. Well, I ain't gonna have no time because this goes up tomorrow. If you want to watch the full playback, this is like an hour-long conversation. But if you want to watch the full playback, it's gonna be on the Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. Mad Lucrative Network. But so I interviewed one of my builder friends that does around 30 to 100 houses per year. And them mothers is getting it. He said that he's looking to spend around $20,000 per house on tile. Now, these are high-end houses, so these ain't no cheap houses. But think about that. If he's looking at doing $20,000 per house for tile alone, and let's say they do 30 houses for the year. Keep in mind, they do 30 to 100 houses. That's $600,000 that you can make from just doing tile. That's it. In one development, tile alone, $600,000. Musicians will never be able to compete with that unless you do a song for Beyonce. That's the only way you can compete and make that kind of money that fast. So for me, as Uncle Nito, I like to tell y'all, look, learn the trade. Learn the trade. The faster you learn the trade, the quicker you can get some money. Because if you learn the trade and you get good at it, people are going to talk about it. You're going to keep business. The more you keep business, you can hire other people to do more tile work like you. You teach them. Now they make, let's say you cut that money in half and you make $300,000, they make $300,000, but you're building a business. Now you hire another person. They make $300,000, he make $300,000, and you make $300,000 from the house. You hire another person. You see how this goes? You see what I'm saying? And before you know it, everybody on your team can make $300,000, $100,000, and you sitting at the house making millions. It's time for people to build businesses, real businesses. I take one more question. I see a few more people on TikTok. Are y'all good on Facebook? Thank you so much, yo. I love y'all. Said appreciate it. So I like giving whatever information I got to help people from jumping in that hole. I've jumped in that hole 2 times. Dead broke. I know what dead broke feels like nasty broke. Now, the good thing for y'all is you ain't got to do it because I already did it. All right, you can buy the book. I don't even know how much the book is. I got people helping me with this stuff. I'm going to look it up now. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't prepared. This was not a sales call. This is just me giving y'all the information that I got. I'm Googling how much my book is. It's $39.95. If you're on the live right now, it's $39.95. But if you're on the live, I'll create a promo code. Can we do that? I'm gonna create a promo code, and I'm gonna say Lucrative. That'll be the promo code. Lucrative. What's the day? 15. Lucrative 15. Write that down. Lucrative 15. So if you're watching this podcast and you watch it to the end, you get a book for $10. I talked about $10 the whole episode, so I'm going to do $10. You get the book for $10 or something equivalent. Right now it's $39.95, but you'll get it for cheap. I promise you. So Lucrative 15. Let me write that down too. You're welcome, yo. Appreciate you for staying. All right. Y'all good on TikTok? Thank you for staying. Facebook, thank you. YouTube, thank y'all. I will see y'all next week. Again, this is the Mad Lucrative Podcast. The Mad Lucrative Podcast. We talk about things that promote lucrative finances, lucrative relationships. It's more lucrative stuff, but I can't think of it right now. Lucrative love, lucrative health, everything lucrative, just doing good in life. I just want everybody to be on the path to success. All right. So I will see y'all next week. Y'all be real. Be good. Peace.